Young girls, don't cry. You're not alone in the fight. The broken, the unspoken, we can't heal if the wound is open. It feels like no one cares to see your heart is bleeding. The cry is ignoring you are when the wrong and the pain and lies I kept a secret. Today for your own benefit. Be strong, be brave. You're too far away from the grave. Stand tall. We are here. We don't know the spirit of fear. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. Liberia, when will we stop being the inferior? Our vulnerable children stripped of their innocence. It feels like no one cares to see your heart is bleeding. The cry is ignored when you are ill. When the wrong, the pain, and lies I kept to secret to gain for their own benefit. Be strong, be brave. You're too far away from the grave. Stand tall. We are here. We don't know the spirit of fear. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. Liberia, we can give young girls, don't cry. You're not alone in the fight.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to the Tony Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. We are at the end of the week. Today is Friday, November 12th, 2021. We wake up this morning to news that there is a blue Twitter. It's out. We get it's $4 a month. Find out about it. This is supposed to be a more advanced type of Twitter with better colors, and you're supposed to have more access to your site, your page, or whatever it is. Check it out. Find out what Blue Twitter is all about. We also wake up today in Rhode Island to rain. So be prepared. Have your umbrella, your coat, your raincoat, wherever you need, your rain boots. There's going to be rain today. The temperature is going up to 64. So it's going to be kind of nice temperature wise. But today, expect rain all day till sometime this evening. Okay? That's the news. Don't blame me. I'm just passing on the news. Hey. Okay, we hear Chris Christie just wrote the former governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie, who was Donald Trump's main man, just wrote a book mocking Donald Trump, saying all kind of funny things about his boss. And so y'all check it out if you're interested in reading about Donald Trump again. Chris Christie got some news in there that you may find entertaining. So let's get on my Liberian front today. Let's get into my topics. Today's topics are: one, what is the Millennium Challenge Corporation Scorecard? This is the big thing on every Liberian site now, because George Weah government failed to meet up to the indications that countries selected by this organization are expected to meet up to get grants. Now, grants are free money. Corporations and companies, some countries give grants. When they give you a grant, it is intended for a purpose. The grant money is free as long as you fulfill the purpose for which it is given. I get a legislative grant from the state of Rhode Island for my show. That money is not for me. That money is to fulfill the purpose of which I tell the state I'm going to do. Every time I get that money, I have to write a proposal, asking them for the money, telling them what I want the money for, how I intend to spend the money, and when I will report back to them with the receipt and everything of what I spent. And once I do that, I'm eligible to get that grant again next year. So it's not free. And there's a time frame you have to meet to do your reporting to fulfill the grant period. So this is the Millennium Grant. The Millennium Challenge Corporation is a private, independent agency. It's not governmental. It's non-governmental. It works with the government and it works with other organizations to select certain countries in the world that need help. And when those countries are selected, those countries have to meet up with a certain criteria to receive grant monies to help the country grow. Okay? So this country is an independent foreign aid agency. It helps people. Created to promote one, economic growth, two, open markets. That means to trade, where people trade and sell different things. That's open market. They promote that. And increase living standards in select countries. I told you those countries that they select to get to benefit from the Millennium Corporation. They try to ensure that these things exist in their country, that they give economic growth, that the living conditions of the people are bettered, and also that there are open markets, that they can sell their goods, they can trade and barter, whatever they call it. Okay, so this is the purpose for this organization, and in order to select these countries that will benefit from the Millennium Corporation, I told you they have to meet certain criteria. Criteria are standards. They have to meet certain goals to achieve this grant. And these goals are called indicators. They list certain things that these countries have to meet. And these indicators have to do with good governance. They have to do with economic freedom and investment in citizens. So these are the three overall purposes for this grant. One is to promote good governance. Two, economic freedom. And three, investing in citizens to make sure that the living standards, the livelihood of citizens of these select countries improve over the period of time of this grant. So they list all the indicators there. They've been talking about them all the time. I'm not going through them. There are 20 indicators that has to do with health, sanitation, freedom of speech, freedom of movement, economic development, sustenance, all the things that listed, all of them. When you go on the internet or you go to these different talk show hosts, they will show you all the different things and they probably go into detail with them. But I'm just giving you the overall view of what the Millennium Challenge Corporation Scorecard is all about, what the corporation is all about, what the purpose and mission of that group is about, and what is the purpose of the scorecard. Okay? The whole purpose of the scorecard is to enable us to see the different indicators. They have 20 indicators. And out of the 20 indicators, each country selected to benefit from their grant must fulfill 10 of those indicators. It doesn't matter which one, but you must fulfill 10. And you can be awarded a grant for whichever project you apply for, say you want to do. Okay? So with these grants, there are two types of grants now. One is a compact grant. The compact grant is when you fulfill all of these indicators, the 10 indicators, when you fulfill them and you show that you are eligible to get this grant to help your country fulfill your projects you want to do, you are up to date. You are current. Then they have another grant, that's a compact grant now. When you are awarded a compact grant, that means you have fulfilled all of the eligibility criteria, and you are granted the grant. Then the second grant is called the threshold grant. That means you have not fulfilled all of the criteria, the 10 indicators, but you are improving. So they will give you a grant, but it will be a smaller grant. It will not be a large grant like the compact grant. The compact grant are usually large for major projects, and we're getting to Liberia own. Okay? So these two grants are granted to you. And in order to get these grants, you must be in the process of initiating projects that have to do with building and infrastructure, that have to do with reforming institutions, and they have to do with promoting access to healthcare and education or education. So these are the three basic overall criteria you have to fulfill. And from these criteria comes the 20 indicators, the 20 things, healthcare, all these things you must fulfill are the breakdown of these three projects they want you to fulfill. Building infrastructure, reforming institutions, and having access to healthcare and education for the people. This is where they talk about improving the lives of the people. Okay, I told you about that part. So these two grants touch those two aspects of every country that are selected, or every country that is selected to participate in the Millennium Challenge program. So in Liberia became a select country in January 2010. When you become a select country, usually you're a threshold country. I told you there are two grants. The threshold is a small grant. They look at you, they see, oh yeah, okay, you're on the road to fulfilling these indicators. There's room for improvement. So we'll give you the small grant for you to improve. And that what happened to Liberia in January 2010. They gave Liberia a small grant, a threshold grant of $15 million for 3 years. Within 3 years, wherever Liberia had to do with this grant, they have to fulfill it and make a report back to the Millennium Group telling them that we have fulfilled the obligations, the purpose for the grant, the projects we wanted to do, and this is our report. And they will give them a list of all the finances and everything, and an audit will be done. Okay? And once that were approved, then again, in January 2016, because we fulfilled the threshold grant successfully, Liberia was augmented to get a compact grant. And that compact grant was a large grant. Compact grants are always the large grant. And that grant was $257 million. I think they said that what they used to build a Liberian hydro electrical plant. So that money was for 5 years. From 2016, this grant ended in January of this year, 2021. So the first grant was in 2010 for 3 years. That went to 2013. After we succeeded that and everything was okay, In 2016, they granted us, they augmented us from a threshold grant select country to a compact select grant country. And we got a very large grant of $257 million. And that one was for 5 years, from 2016, January 2016 to January 2021. And that just expired this year. Now, a review of that grant, the 5 years period, determined that Liberia did not meet the indicators they're supposed to meet. We have problem with corruption. We have problem with economic issues. We have problem with health issues. All these are indicators that we fail to meet. Now, we cannot get the grant no more. We cannot even get a threshold grant because we have passed that stage. Now we got to start all over again to demonstrate that our government can meet these indicators again before maybe we start with the threshold grant again, a small grant. Then we can augment again after 3 years, perhaps, to a compact grant. So this is where we are. And that's what the scorecard is all about. The scorecard has these 20 indicators: health, corruption, economic management, sanitation, different things on it that has to do with these areas of building infrastructure, these areas of investing in humans, in the human population of the citizenry, and what was the next one? Opening markets, and all these things for the country to grow economically. So we didn't meet all of these, and we didn't get the grant this year. So this is the problem with the economic grant. This is free money. Just imagine if you can get $257 million free. That was a tremendous investment into our country. And for us to lose that, can we put that all on George Weah? Because this thing was from Ellington too. This thing was from 2016 to 2021. So we failed. And there were many reasons we failed. And we can't put all on George Weah. We got to put, yes, some got to be on him too, because like somebody mentioned in one of the podcasts that will go on, I can't remember which one it is. I know what I'll focus on Liberia. Somebody said that when George Weah then took over, they got rid of all the alien people. Yes, that was focused on Liberia, because that was what a girl named called Famule. She was saying this. She said that when George Weah then took over, they got rid of all the mean people in the administration. They changed every one of them. And she herself was surprised, because she was shocked, because she was saying, how will you get rid of all these people who are administrators and should be teaching you other people the job, the new group coming on, that should be helping your transition onto the new job, and you got rid of all of them. But let me tell you something, my Liberian people. The Liberian government today is functioning just like Liberian community associations in the United States of America. All that is happening in Liberia today happened in our community here in Rhode Island. People come and change the organization, get rid of everybody. They said they don't want nobody from the old organization because blah, blah, blah. And they bring in so new people. They don't even want the books and the records from the old organization. You cannot function like this. And this is the same behavior we bring into the government of the Republic of Liberia. We're bringing these community behaviors to our leadership. And you cannot run a government like this. You can't. You got to have continuity. You got to have sustain the government, sustenance. You can't yet come to government and change everybody and just treat everybody in the old government is bad, so you won't nobody. Then when you start the government, you get stuck. You get stagnated because you don't have no records of the past. You don't have no people with the knowledge of the past to help guide you. So you don't go back and repeat things of the past. So you don't go back and make the mistakes that have already been made and shouldn't be made again. And this is where we are all the time. You know, we come in, we say, oh, we want new things. We come in like we hate our own people with this sense of animosity. Let's get rid of the old. Let's bring in everything new. Then when you come in with the new, you get stuck and stranded. And it can't work. And we can't run the government of the Republic of Liberia like the way we run EULA or the way we run the Rhode Island Liberian Association or California Association or Georgia. We can't do that. We can't do that. If we want to be men and women to lead nations, we have to understand that there must be continuity. We must leave records. We must have people to guide us into the next era. We can't just come and kill up everybody and just do all the negative things, then we start all over again. And this is what has been happening in Liberian Community Association. And this same behavior is being brought to the national level of our government. And this is why our young people need leadership. We need to learn leadership. We need to learn the essence of maintaining something from the old and adding it to the new and building on to a new era. That's how it works. You take something from the old, you take small that matters and add it to the new and create a new era for the future. And they come and add on to that and create something else for the next level. And this is how we keep going. But you can't just erase everything from the past. Then you won't start and you don't know what to start with. You don't have no precedence. You don't have no guidance. You don't have no direction. And we can't do this all the time. And this is what is killing us. We can't do it. It's killing us. So at the Millennium Corporation Scorecard, the Millennium Challenge Corporation Scorecard is a typical example of the challenges we have to meet. And it's so sad that other people got to tell us how to discipline ourselves. This is other people telling us, your children, before you can spend money, you got to demonstrate maturity. And to demonstrate maturity, you got to meet these indicators. It is shame. It is a damn shame and disgrace on Liberia and any damn countries that are getting grants from the Millennium Challenge Corporation. It's a damn shame because that is an indicator that you useless fools cannot lead yourselves. You useless fools are so indisciplined, are so corrupt, are so unable to manage yourselves that other people got to set standards for you to guide yourselves and your people. It is a damn shame. Any nation that receiving money from the Millennium Challenge Corporation, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, all you African nations are damn useless fools and should be shamed. Take it to the bank. Take it to the bank and say, I say so. Because there's no way under this sun a nation of educated men and women will be guided like they bitches to build their own damn country. They got to set up indicators for y'all like they're bitches to build your own damn country. Then you'll say, Chesson will cuss. But I will cuss. Because it's not right. It is not right to see African nation and black men and women sucking up to other people. And they got to set up standard for you to be disciplined, to rule your damn selves. This is a damn shame. And if y'all don't like me for that, you can kiss my ass. Let's move to the next topic. Let me take a break. Let's sip on my coffee. Young children, this is why they don't come see me. Because I ain't going to debate all the foolishness. If other people in other nations got to set a damn scorecard for men and women of other nations to follow to build their own country, that is a damn indication that you people are useless, worthless, and just assholes. Take it to the damn bank. Let me drink my coffee and we'll start on with it. Because there's no way I can lie to my children of the future. There's no way I can lie to children who will watch this tape in the future. If you are taking money from foreigners, and not even a foreign nation, from an independent organization to help your nation and people to eat, to build, to live, you are a damn useless nation and people, and you don't deserve to be on this damn earth. Take it to the damn bank. Let me drink my coffee before I get more mad. Must learn to accept the fact that corruption is stealing, is evil, and bad. There is nothing good with taking money from the Millennium Challenge Corporation. There is nothing good about depending on a foreign nation's scorecard. Not even nation or agency. This group is not even a nation. It's a group of people coming together with money to help us poor bitches. It's a damn disgrace that in this day and age, African nation and people with the resources we have and the wealth we have can sit here and take money from foreigners to build our nation. And we are still useless. They got to set standards, indicators for us. You damn useless bitches. You are useless motherfuckers. I can't help it. My children, I can't help it. I am one black man who can't help it. It's not about hating nobody. I hate nobody. I love my own people. I love my people. And I gotta tell my people when they're acting stupid. I see my people here talking about, all my educated Liberian people talk about, oh, Millennium grant. Well, we can do that. I mean, as someone else so damn proud talking about fighting for Millennium grant. Are you bitches stupid? I see why you will never grow. I see why your children will be slaves forever. And Donald Trump, them right. They're right. Because if Liberian people behave like this and are happy to take money from other people, not other nations, but other people, we are a nation, a sovereign nation of people, and we got to beg other people for money. And they got to set standards for us to meet, for them to get our money. That is insanity. That is damn well insanity. That is mediocre living. Because we don't have no pride and dignity for ourselves. No, we think to take money from other people that have that pride, that's a slave mentality. We are still slaves. We are now men and women to stand up for our own selves and get our own wealth. We want other people to give us shit. We want other people to set standards for us. They call Millennium Scorecard, and we got to go to school and have our president asking somebody, what we got to do to pass. It's not shame on George Weah. It's shame on all of us, all of black bitches who are useless. Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Guinea, Ghana, Nigeria, all of you bitches are just useless. Useless, useless bitches. And that's the fact. And that what makes corruption bad. Because we are all nothing but corruptors and corrupt bitches. I can't hide it, man. Look, sometimes I won't come here, I won't talk so nice. But when I look at it, the situation, I said, no, man, this is not right. Now look at all my bitches all over the radio and internet talking about Millennium Scorecard, Millennium Scorecard, part of useless beggars. Part of useless, get on your knees, motherfuckers, and beg. That way you people are. Nothing more useless, useless beggars. Y'all don't come see my show. Y'all don't need to see it because I will tell y'all the damn truth. Y'all want beg all your lives, y'all be damn beggars. But corruption is bad. And y'all better face the fact that you're stealing asses, you're little roguish bitches. It's bad. It's bad. And I ain't gonna miss my words with y'all because it hurt me. When I see all my people all proud talking about George Weah, I feel Millennium, all you bitches worse than George Weah. George Weah is better than all of y'all. Because all of your educated bitches have no pride, no dignity. Y'all ain't got no virtue for our country. That's why I'm going to talk about nice. Patriotism is an individual virtue. And you bitches need to get some. You bitches need to get some. Make me sick. Millennium Scorecard bitches. Man, you know, Sierra Leone, all the people proud to get money from foreign country talking about they passed the Millennium Scorecard. We passed the Millennium Scorecard. You dumb begging bitches. You dumb begging black bitches. Useless, man. Useless, useless. Useless. I prefer to talk to the air than to talk to people who don't. It would just go through one ear and come through the next. But let me take a break. Corruption is bad. Corruption will have us depending on the Millennium Scorecard all our lives. You think that's good? You think that's good for us to depend on foreigners to tell us when we can eat and when we can't eat, when they will give us money and when they can't give us money? You think that's good? Your bitches really think that's good. Fighting for Millennium Scorecard. That's why you don't like a man like me. Because I won't bring you to freedom. I ain't talking about, I ain't gonna fight people. But they can protect myself. Because people won't kill us because they will want to steal our wealth too and resources. And this is the thing we gotta protect to build ourselves, to lift ourselves up off the ground. But you depending on other people setting lessons for you to pass, for you to get money, then you're happy. You useless bitches. You're not even men and women. You're bitches. Only bitches that do this shit. Sit there and look for other people money to lift them up. Talking about passing school card and all that. What's wrong with you? You people are sick. You know? And that's why I can't join none of those political parties. What they gotta give me? What you got to offer me? To do the same thing our fathers did and our mothers did? For me to come follow that same pattern? I can't do it. I'm an innovator. I'm an architect of Liberia's modern society. Y'all want to build a new society? Y'all follow me. Y'all want to be on Millennium Scorecard and sucking nuts and shit? Y'all wait for Scorecard. But it hurts. It hurts to see my people, not men and women for themselves, to see my people happy to be graded by other people on their progress and advancement, treating each other. Let me take a break. My class will be shut this morning because I'm really depressed and hurt with all this Millennium Scorecard bullshit. You know, I came on to explain it. Now that I explained it, it just hit my spirit the wrong way. Jesus took me to the other direction. He said, "No, this is not a topic for you to talk about nicely. Your people are slaves. I tried to free them. They left me to go be free for Millennium package and shit. That's the kind of freedom they want." But let me take a break. Oh, let me take a break. My heart is troubled. I want to take a break. I've got to take a break. The final topic. Patriotism is an individual virtue. What is a virtue? A virtue is something that will hold to some standard, to some high moral standard. And that's what patriotism is. You can almost compare patriotism to religion, something that will hold high. Excuse me, I'm not sure it's to go on, please. I'm being disturbed by my household guests here. Can you please give me a break? I'm sure it's to go on. Thank you. So, what is virtue? It's a standard. It's a moral standard. It's a high moral standard. And this is where patriotism is. Patriotism is a high moral standard that we attribute to our nation. We attribute to our nation. All the noise you hearing that my wife come and put on the printer and everything. I know what's wrong with my wife. My wife get up this morning and just putting on everything here. But anyway, but this is it. We attribute patriotism to some high moral standard that our people must live up to in order to sustain the very fabric and tenets of what we believe in that caused us to have this great nation called Liberia. If we don't honor that virtue, if we don't hold our virtue with reverence, if we don't hold it sacred, what else we got? What else do we have? That's why patriotism is so special to us. That's why it's something almost like divine. When we talk about patriotism, it's our deep spirit that comes from the divine, that comes from honoring and putting special sacred touches on something. Our country. That will make Liberia so special to us, especially to me. That one when I talk about Liberian people, I put my people on a different pedestal. I put you so high that when I see things going wrong and I see us thinking mediocre, trying to live mediocre, mediocre is just trash, low down. When we're trying to live mediocre, that's a problem for me because we deserve better. We deserve far, far better. Our forefathers have laid the foundation for us to grow and prosper. But we keep holding ourselves back. We keep putting barriers before us. We keep shutting doors before us with our own behavior, with our own understanding, with our own failures to unite, to come together as a people. And the more it happens to us, the more we go backwards. The more we go backwards. And it hurts me. Every time it hurts me. Every time it hurts me. Because we deserve better. We deserve to know that corruption is bad. We deserve to know that nepotism is bad. We deserve to know that stealing is bad. It's not good for our government. It's not good for our country. Everybody got to pull their own damn weight. Liberia is not a nation of hustlers. We are not a nation of hustlers. We are a nation of progressive people. And we can't continue to let people hold us down because of their own idiosyncrasies and failures to live up to what we adhere to, which is our constitution, our laws, our public policies of decency, and working together as a people collectively. So it hurts me. It hurts me when I see my people all riled up about Millennium card. What the hell is Millennium card? That's enslavement. Because we have no virtues in us of patriotism. We have lost our virtues. When we have virtues, we stand up like men and women and build for ourselves. We don't depend on other people and look at Millennium Scorecard to tell us whether we are men and women. When we look at Millennium Scorecard to tell us whether we can clean our nation or clean our asses, there is a damn problem with our society. There is a problem. There is a problem. There is a problem. And it behooves my people that there are Liberians like me who can point these things out, who can let people know that we're not doing the right things. Patriotism is an individual virtue. Your ma can't join you. Your pa can't join you. Your sister and brother can't join you. You yourself got to be a patriot. You yourself got to understand what it means to love your country, to understand what it means to learn your laws, to take an effort in learning your laws so that you protect yourselves and your country and all that we have. That's my class for the morning. That's my class for the morning. The Millennium Challenge Corporation Select Nations Grant is good for our country. But we cannot depend on other people helping us forever. We cannot depend on putting our whole hopes and dreams on getting handouts from other people. My dream for my country and my people is to see us self-sufficient, not to see us dependent on Millennium grants and all this bullshit to free ourselves. It can only happen if we believe it. It can only happen if we want it to happen. Liberia will only grow to be a great nation of free men and women if we believe it in our hearts and we want it to happen. But as long as we hang on to other people's philosophies, ideals, beliefs of what they want for us, we can't grow. We can't prosper. We can't lift ourselves up from where we are. Until we are ready to stop corruption, until we are ready to grow up like men and women and accept what is ours to be ours and love it and try to build on it, Aluta continua. Have a good day. My class is done. Aluta continua.